Nellie's
Champion for Kids, or NC4K.
okay. That's who. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should get that morning light first, but he does it sometimes really quickly. So.
Yeah, I forget how it works. What is it? That one goes on first,
No,
and that means they're playing.
No,
the
that
other
one does.
This one?
Yeah.
They're playing the intro, and then that one is.
Okay, but this we look for this to turn red first. I mean, that's the big one. Good morning, everybody. It's Tony here with Rebel Financial. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful fall morning. I'm here today with Elizabeth Servick from Nellie's Champions, NC4K, really, right? I mean, that's probably a good way to know him. So thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Sure. So what I'm going to let you do most of the talking, but basically you're a support group for children with cancer, right? And I think unless you have a child with cancer, you don't know this stuff because you don't need to. You know, fortunately for those that don't have that issue, but unfortunately for those that do, they have run into a lot of things they haven't thought about before. So tell us a little bit about how the organization got started.
Yeah. So Nellie, about 12 years ago, when she was in high school, had just recently lost her grandmother to cancer and started doing research on just cancer in general, and found out that pediatric cancer was one of the least funded cancers. And so she wanted to do something about that and decided to put on a one-time fashion show. And through that, she met a little girl named Eden Adams, and they formed a very close bond. And after the show, Eden ran up to Nellie and was like, I'm so excited, like that was so fun, I can't wait for next year. And Nellie was like, next year? Yeah, we'll have another one, like that'll be awesome. And unfortunately, Eden didn't make it to the second fashion show because of cancer, but NC4K is here fighting on in her memory and for all of the memories of every child who has lost their life to pediatric cancer. And so throughout the 12 years, we've shaped into what we are today, and our mission is to support kids fighting cancer, and how we do that is we support them financially and emotionally. So we will provide like gas gift cards and grocery gift cards and meals. We serve dinner on the 12th floor. We bring grab-and-go bags and goodie bags to the hospital. We'll pay off a family's mortgage, because a lot of times a family goes from a double income household to a single income household, and that really takes has a big impact on the family. So we're there to step in and like lift them back up.
Yeah.
And we also support on an emotional side. So we'll rent out a movie theater and like invite all of our families to just come watch a movie. We watched Romeo and Juliet, and we've done the Minion movies, and they just get to come and like hang out and just be a normal kid.
Right. For that, and you're talking about Eden and things. So I mean, it sounds like she had a great time. Kids have a great time doing it, right?
Yeah.
So, and there's a lot of support that comes from a lot of places. I just, unless you've been through this, you don't know all that's needed, right? And it's not like an adult who's sick. You really have to stop what you're doing, living life,
Right.
excuse me, and take care of the child, which means, like you said, giving up an income. And so you need that support from someone before you come in. So, and it looks like you work with a number of groups as well here in mainly Ohio, right? We said some West Virginia.
Yeah. So we support families who either live in Ohio or being treated in Ohio.
Okay.
So.
And we'll come back to the website, which is nc4k.org, and go through some of the things that you do to fund it, and some of the fun things you do with the children. You had said too, the families, as you told me earlier, and it's on the website. Once you are part of this, right? I mean, you're always part of the family, so to speak. So,
Yeah.
So I know that's tough. So, well, that's great. So let's talk a little bit about, well, before we get into the website more, I wanted to talk about as well pediatric cancer, because people are really, again, unless you've been through this before, it's not something that you're really aware of.
Right.
But obviously, a lot of kids, we know that kids are getting cancer and stuff, but what I saw was, as you say, they're part of family forever. 95% of kids that have cancer as a child will always have, to some level of varying degrees issues later down the road, or just continuously ongoing, right?
Yeah, I mean,
so-
the chemo does a toll to their little bodies, and we don't really know what it's going to do to them down the road. And yeah.
When you talked about too, another statistic I saw, the fact that it doesn't, it's a smaller percent of people, right? So it's a smaller percent of funding, and there's only been like 4 major advances
Right.
from what I saw in pediatric cancer.
Yeah.
So what we were doing 10 years ago or 20 years ago isn't much different
No,
probably
it's mostly exactly the same.
than what we're doing now. So, and you do work as well with, like you're telling me, children's and,
Yeah.
and other, I mean,
Yeah,
so.
we work very closely with the social workers at Children's
Okay.
Hospital.
Well, tell me again, Nation, what you do with the children's, some of the things you do.
Yeah, so like specifically with the hospital.
Sure. Yeah. In terms of helping the children and things.
Yeah. So we serve dinner every Tuesday, or every third Tuesday of the month. We'll go up and we take Olive Garden up to the floor, and so all the families get to eat, and it's nice to just like not have cafeteria food for once.
Not that it's bad cafeteria.
No, it's very
food,
good
right?
cafeteria
It's
food,
not
but
Olive
it's
Garden.
nice to have Olive Garden.
Right.
And every Friday we take up little grab and go packs, which have like chips and Capri Suns and like sour food, because going through chemo you lose a lot of your taste, and so really the only things that they can taste very well are like spicy food and sour food. So we do a lot of like Flamin' Hot Cheetos
Okay.
and like Sour Patch Kids, because they can taste it, so they eat it and they get those carbs in their body.
Okay.
So we bring those up every Friday
Okay.
and give them to their families. So that's, yeah, really like our hospital support. But on like a fun level, we just did an event with the Ohio State Marching Band, which is like hands down one of our family's favorite events.
Okay.
So we get to go on the field, like in the shoe, with the marching band, watch them practice. And then our kids get to go down and they play games. Like all the band members are playing Duck Duck
That's
Goose
awesome.
with our kids. It's so fun. And then they get to pair up with a marching band member and they get to march Script Ohio,
Okay.
like on the field,
Yeah.
like as a band member. And
Yeah.
it's so cool to be on the field and like with the band.
Yeah.
And so like that's just like they get to smile and
Right,
be normal
right,
and
right.
play and run around
Yeah.
and like interact with other kids who are going through what they're going through, which
Right.
is a really powerful thing for them.
Right. Oh, that's great. So you do that like once a year then?
Yeah,
Okay.
normally every like end of August
That's
every
cool.
year.
Okay. Well, so speaking of that, let's go to the website because you
Yeah.
have some good information on here, and we can talk more about the events as well. So as I had mentioned before, NC4K.org, and so here we are, the first page. The first page tells a lot of good stories and pictures and things like that, and you can go through and just learn a little bit more about who they are. So I'll allow people to do that on their own. But as we come here, you see our story, which is, it talks about the history and the team and some of the financial information. Because you're growing, obviously,
Yeah.
the word's getting out there, and unfortunately, more of a need for your help. But it's great that you're there to help people. And then of course families. And what about volunteers? It looks like you have a lot of volunteers, and this is a way that people can reach out and help as well, right?
We're always open. Like we love having volunteers just and come in the office and like just help us with our daily office. We are a very small staff, so any support we can get from volunteers is awesome. And then we love, like, our events are so much fun, and so coming to volunteer at them is a really cool way to like get involved with us. And
Okay.
yeah.
Well, great. So is it Dana? Is that?
Yeah, Dana Norad is
So-
our volunteer coordinator.
So Dana, you simply come to this page,
Yeah.
look at the volunteering, but of course then as well, you've got opportunities to help people directly as well.
Yeah.
So, and then you could see some of the, we'll talk about Columbus Zoo because
Yeah.
they help, but you can see some of the other ones there. So let's spend a little time before we go too long here with the events, because this is where fun for the kids, and here's only the rainbow.
Yeah, it's the only one that you can sign up for right now.
Okay, so we'll start with that one because
Yeah.
it's coming. So great, I'll go to that in fact. I'm a runner, so I appreciate these. We do a couple 5Ks ourselves for people, but this is on December 1st, so it's coming up before it gets too cold, hopefully, right?
It's a hit or miss if it's cold or not.
I know it's here, just like October, apparently, in the same week. So, but anyway, a great way to do this with the family. You have kids runs and things like that. I mean,
Yeah.
it really is for kids, but it helps with
Yeah.
some fundraising as well,
Yeah.
right? So if you're a runner, take a look at that. That's a great one. But let's talk about then, okay, the one that just passed.
Yeah, our fashion show. We just had our fashion show 2 weeks ago, and it was at Express Live, and it's really our like marquee event. It's our roots. It's how we started, and it was a lot of fun this year. We went with like a circus Greatest Showman theme.
Okay. So the theme's changing every year?
Yeah. So like 2 years ago, we did it in October, so it was a Halloween theme. So everyone dressed up, and we had like a costume contest. So this year we did a circus, and we opened the show with like an aerial acrobat to like the Greatest Showman song, and it was really cool. Kayla Hanley from WCOL was our MC.
Okay.
And then our models, who are a mix of our hero kids and just individuals in the community who want to make a difference and fundraise. Each model has a minimum fundraising requirement of $500. So like, everyone who is on that stage is making an impact in our community, and it's to recognize them, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's just a fun night.
That was awesome. So,
Yeah.
so that was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
so
it was 2 weeks
we have
ago.
a year.
Yeah, a whole another year.
Think about that one. But
Yeah.
start getting involved now. So after the run, we come to New Year. And
Yeah.
I know we have the gala.
Yeah, our gala in May.
Gala in May. Anything before that?
There's like odds and ends,
Okay.
but nothing. Our
Not that
three
many,
main fundraisers are our fashion show, our gala, and our 5K.
Okay, so talk about the gala then.
The gala is personally my favorite event.
Okay.
It takes place at the Columbus Zoo in their Heart of Africa exhibit.
Okay.
So just like think of Africa, and like you look out the window, it's all glass windows, and there's like giraffes walking by and ostriches. Like that's just your scenery for the night. It's breathtaking. And the zoo brings in animals, and you can like pet them and pet the penguins, and it's a lot of fun, and the food is amazing. 10 TV, Angela Ann and them normally come and MC it, and they're a lot of fun. It's always funny. But yeah, it's a really fun event, and there's a silent auction that is one of the main fundraisers of the evening. And at school, we auction off normally like a package to go to the Ohio State-Michigan game and sit with the marching band and get on the field during halftime. And so yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Well, good. How long have you guys been doing that one?
I believe this will be our 7th year or 6th years. Yeah. And it's always been with the Columbus Zoo, and they're huge support for us on that.
Okay. And it's in that one section.
Yeah, yeah. There's a cute little building in the Heart of Africa.
And then, that's great. Okay. So, and then anything in that, so then from that you transition into
fashion show, and then right now we just launched our Christmas campaign, which is an adoptive family program. So you can go to our Facebook page. It's on our Facebook page. You can adopt a family, and what that looks like is each kid and their siblings all get a new coat, a new outfit, a new toy, and then we give a family gift, which normally looks like a movie and dinner out, or like a Columbus Zoo membership. And so we're really there to like provide for the entire family, not just our hero child.
Okay. Where was that on here?
It's on our Facebook page, actually.
Okay. I thought I saw it on one of these pages that I was on, so maybe it was on the volunteers. Here we go.
The family sign up is under our families page to sign up as a family to be adopted.
I got you. That's what that is. Okay. All right. Well, that's good to know too.
Yeah.
So if you're needing help, is that right?
Yeah. So
so here's a good
families
spot
can sign
to
up.
come.
Yeah, and then you can also, our donors can sign up to adopt that specific family.
So look to here if you know somebody who needs help, you can send them here. But if you're really looking to help financially or volunteer your time, there's some great opportunities. Again, another great charity. So please take a look at that. So, well, listen, thank you.
Thank you.
Nice talking to you. So, well, next week we're going to have Nick Thompson from I always mess this up, Novana here in town in Gahanna. So I think I'm butchering the name because I never say it right. But in either case, thanks again for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Take care. We'll see. Now it's off. So we can.
Yay!
Why do I butcher that? Novana. I think I got it right. I think I spelled it wrong.
Novana? Yeah.
That's fine. So, well, thanks. That was a good
Oh,
job.
yeah,
So,
thank you.